Hi, I'm Bruce Lorincz, and this show is called Bruce on the Loose. I talk to city government, school system. Today we're at the Medina County Fair with Pam Oberholzer, one of the organizers on the board, and also we're here in the Draft Horse building, and we have some really interesting things to talk about them. Pam, you've raced draft horses for years. What's a couple secrets?
I don't know if there is a secret. They're gentle giants for sure. You know, they're pretty big, and as you see, pretty friendly because these kind of keep nibbling at us here. So, so they're really kind of a cool horse.
I think we have someone else going to join us for the show. Pam,
Mindy Turnus, and she's one of our exhibitors here.
Hi, Mindy. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Have you been involved with draft horses for a few years?
This makes 24.
Oh my! And I can't believe how large they are. They really can do some work.
Yeah.
If you need to get out in the field and do some work, right?
So this guy is 19 hands. He's about 6 foot at his back. That's
Wow.
where they measure a horse. And he weighs about 2,100 pounds.
Wow.
He's an 8-year-old Percheron. And this little lady, hi, this little lady is a yearling Belgian filly. Her name is Cindy.
And rumor has it they really like carrots.
Rumor has it that they pretty much like anything.
Okay. Wow.
My boys are a little bit of a food for brain.
And Medina County Fair, known for its animals. I tell you, it wouldn't be the fair without all the animals. We're going to see some lambs and goats and sheep and all sorts of animals. And students go ahead and get in 4-H, and they go ahead and bring in animals, and they show them.
Yes, this is actually my son's 4-H project. He's 16, and he's done a 4-H project with this guy since 2020.
Wow.
So it's his youth cart horse and his 4-H, and so the kids absolutely love them. And
your family raise other animals as well?
No, we just have horses.
Just horses, okay. All right, fantastic. And I'm sure it takes a lot of time and effort to get them.
We've got a total of 15 head. We've got 11 of them here, and
Wow.
then there's 4 more at home that, just the mares and, some horses that are riding horses that aren't necessarily the draft horses to show here.
So is there a competition for them to pull, weights or anything?
There is halter on Tuesday where they show in hand. And then Thursday down in the 4-H ring, they pull carts and wagons. And then Friday morning in front of the grandstand, they also pull carts and wagons.
Wow.
There is no horse pull here where they do the weight pulling.
Okay, all right. Unbelievable. They are just magnificent animals, no question about it. And this guy is something else. He likes to get petted, doesn't he?
He loves people. They all do.
No question about it.
He's got a big personality. He's the one that the kids have to worry about, stealing their cotton candy as they walk by.
Oh, I'll be darned. Isn't that
On
something?
occasion, a stroller.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back with the second segment in just a second. Back with segment 2. Sue Herzl is with us.
Yes.
Herzl
Yes.
is with us, and we have a horse that is got a European background from Austria.
Yes.
And explain that.
This is the Haflinger breed, and originally the Haflinger breed came from Hafling, Austria, and they were a Tyrolean mountain horse crossed with an Arab. They've been in the United States since the early 50s, so there's quite a few of them now, and they're very popular. They're known for their work ethic. They're really quiet, good horses. They're kind of like the smaller version of the gentle giants that you saw before.
Yeah, and this is Ranger, I think,
Yeah,
right?
his name is Ranger, and his daddy came from Austria, and we've got quite a few of his half-brothers all the way down the line here.
And you have 6 horses here at the Medina County Fair?
Actually, I have 11.
Okay, wow.
I have 11 and a donkey.
Okay, good.
All these guys here, I brought all of them.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We have 8 that go in the show hitch, and then we have some farm and some cart classes. And nobody rides because I don't bounce that good anymore.
Okay, all right, for sure. What about the hitch, the ride hitch? Explain that, what that might be.
So we have a wagon that looks very similar to the Budweiser wagon, except
Okay.
that it's sized for these guys.
All right.
And if people come on Friday, they'll they'll know my wagons because we have flags across them that are painted on the wagons. But we start with a single in a cart, and then we go to the wagon and we put two in front of the wagon, and then we put one in front of them, so that's a unicorn. You stand there, so we have 2 and 1. And then we put 2 more in there, so that's 4. And then we put 2 more on, and that's 6. And
Wow.
if we really get adventurous, you can put 2 more on, and that's 8.
Wow. I noticed before we started, they're very interested in his sidekick over here. They really enjoy each other's
other.
company,
You know
don't
what?
they?
Yeah, they do. When they learn to work together like that, and
Right.
they work in the 6-horse hitch or any hitch period,
Right.
yeah, they become pretty good friends.
Okay.
You know, they learn to work together. When they go, they match their gait, they match everything, their headsets. They just kind of learn to be one horse and 2 bodies.
Reminds me a little bit, we just came back a couple years ago from Alaska, and the musher dogs, they work together, and they
Precisely.
really as a team.
Very similar.
Yeah,
Yes,
very similar.
And if you pan down this way, here's a team, there's a team, there's a team.
Right.
They're all together, and they live together at home like that too.
So this must be a big part of your life, and you look forward to the Medina County Fair. It runs through Sunday, I guess, right?
Yes, it does.
So it's an opportunity for people to come and see the wonderful horses, draft horses, and all the
Right.
other animals
Right,
here.
yeah. Let's see, this would be my 31st year here.
Wow.
I've been here since '93.
Congratulations.
So, yeah, we have a few more horses now than we did back then. I started
Okay.
with 2, but you can never have one.
Right.
You always got to have several.
No
And
question.
it's a great fair to come visit.
No question, no question. And within walking distance, you go here and go see some other animals real close by.
Sure.
And it was really, the kids would really enjoy coming to the Medina County Fair.
Absolutely. And the show on Friday morning is just a great show to watch. You see all these guys, they get all dressed up, they have their manes braided with decorations, and the wagons and their harness is all patent leather
Just
and
beautiful,
silver.
right?
Yeah, it's really pretty
No
stuff.
question about
Yes.
it. Well, thanks so much for talking to us.
Well, thank you.
Ranger, thank you very much. Oh, no, not my mic. You can't eat my mic.
Let me
We'll be
talk, let me
back in just a second. There's a few people here in this barn, Pam, and believe it or not, it's judging rabbits, right?
Junior Fair Rabbit Show, right. This is always a big show. There are a lot of rabbits.
So students could go ahead as their assignment in 4-H, go ahead and have a rabbit, feed it, and get it ready to go.
Correct.
And are they in their cages? I know Aiden's going to go up later and get closer view, but
they are in their cages. The judges take
Right.
them out and look at them, and then these kids will sell their rabbits actually Friday night at the Junior Fair Livestock Sale. So anybody who would like to buy a rabbit for a freezer or whatever, they have rabbits and chickens on Friday, and then the lambs and goats and beef cattle are on Saturday. So it's a great time to come in and support the kids and also get a little meat. And then a lot of people just donate the
Right.
meat anyway, which is kind of nice.
and a lot of the stores really cooperate with the
Correct.
Medina County
Correct.
Fair, and
Yes.
they're really friends of the fair, and they will buy beef and
Yes,
pork
yes.
and go ahead and stock it and sell it to other people.
They do. Our businesses really support these kids, which is very cool. So, yeah. We had a record-selling sale last year, so
Wow.
yeah, they just do a really nice job. So
Fantastic. And the fair goes through Sunday, I understand?
Correct. August 4th is the last day, right? So.
And you said Sunday there was a free concert?
There is a free concert. Aaron Stahl, who is a local performer who is recording in Asheville, is going to come out and do a free concert, and then we'll have fireworks in the evening. So
Wow,
it's a great time to come out. So.
And then
yeah.
Saturday, the big tractor pull. Boy, that is how many people usually attend that?
Well, we fill our grandstand, and our grandstand seats about 5,000.
Wow.
So that's a big event. Friday's a big event with the demo derby. Also, that sells out. So people need to get their tickets ahead of time. And then Thursday's the Buck and Ohio bull riding, which is also another big event. And Wednesday, we're excited to have Tyler Hubbard from Florida Georgia Line in concert. We haven't had a country concert for 5 years, so we're excited. And then tomorrow night is going to be Rough Truck Contest, which is fun, and tonight's motocross. So we have a lot of grandstand things.
Tell us about the rough truck. I've never been aware of that. Is that Are they running their trucks that were on the road before?
Right, their trucks or cars, and they decorate them all up, and they jump and they go through an obstacle course, and it's pretty exciting. It's a big crowd of pleasers. So
unbelievable, and I'm sure there are probably some younger people involved in that. Some young guys, and some ladies too. Sometimes get in there. Yeah,
we do. Yeah, we do. We have both.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, we would like to encourage that tickets, if people are coming to buy their tickets online, especially for our gates, because we have long lines in the evening, and they can go online to MedinaOhioFair.com and get them ahead of time, and then save them or take a screenshot, because our internet is not really good here. So that just saves waiting in line for any of our events.
This is kind of good timing for Medina County because schools aren't in session yet, and you don't have to pull kids like when we were at Black River, Ashland, and Lorain County. They were showing hogs and horses, and they missed school.
They did miss school. The bad thing is that we don't get a lot of good school exhibits because they're not in school, and we don't get our bands to participate like a lot of the later fairs do, because they haven't started practicing yet. So
no question about it.
Yeah, so it's great though.
So we'll send this to Brunswick, Medina, and hopefully a lot of people come, and then they can certainly take advantage later in the week and come and see the animals, see those horses, and see the pigs. And now Aiden is going to go ahead and see some of the rabbit judging.
Okay. All right, see if we can get in there.
Okay, we'll be back in a second. Pam, I guess we're here in the chicken, duck, and turkey building.
Poultry building.
Poultry, and they're certainly making the squawking, making a lot of noise, and again, students have these as projects, and they go ahead and raise them and take care of them, bring them here, and then they're sold, and they're processed, like you said, by midweek.
Right. We have to process them early this year because it's hard to find a processor on the weekend. So so they'll show them and take them right to the processor, and then they will sell them on Friday, but they sell them by photo. So the students all write letters to people to buy them ahead of time to buyers.
So they work on their communication skills as well as training, and
they do.
Getting that.
Yes.
That's very important.
Yes.
So now, if a student had like let's say a duck the first year, would they necessarily have to do a duck again? Could they do something? Could they do a turkey?
Yes, they can. A turkey or a chicken. Either one. Yeah, they are limited to one or the other, though. Just because of the space. As you can see, this building is pretty full. So
no question about it. So
it's a popular project.
Really good. So they really learn a lot about that animal. I'm sure they could probably tell their other students and parents and grandparents all about a chicken.
And the nice thing is, kids that live in the city can raise a chicken or a duck. You don't have to be on a farm because they're a smaller animal, just like rabbits. So anybody could become involved with that project.
So how long have you been working with 4-H?
Well, I was an advisor for over 20 years. I'm no longer an advisor, just on the fair board now. So, but that's been over 30 years.
And students, we talk about students not having things to do. That's certainly, you can spend a lot of time and effort with a chicken or a duck or a turkey.
Well, and not only that, 4-H has started something called a spin club. And spin clubs are only 6-week-long projects. So they could do gardening for 6 weeks. They could do robotics for 6 weeks. They could do technology for 6 weeks. So it's not a long-term commitment. So they've really branched out. So
they've got up with the times, and certainly because agriculture, they certainly need technology. I mean, for crop rotation and for making sure they put the right crop in at the right time. That's really technical now, isn't it?
It is, and robotics is another big one right now. So, but there's multiple projects that anybody can do. So it's not just country kids anymore. So.
And how long have you been on the fair board?
Over 30 years.
30 years.
I don't remember how many years.
Right, for sure, for sure.
It's too many.
How has the fair changed over the years?
Oh wow! In the kinds of projects that we are offering, we try to keep up with what the audience wants, and things have changed. I mean, what we did years ago was highly agricultural. Now we've more branched out into some entertainment kinds of things, things that appeal to a different generation. So, yeah.
It's just mind-boggling how on the tractor pull, 5,000 people, they will fill the grandstand. That is just amazing to me, and that just shows that agriculture is still an important part of our county.
It is, and we are very lucky because the surrounding counties have had fairs and they don't have the agriculture we do. We're still lucky that we have some in Medina County. So we try to keep that. That's one of our main goals, is to keep this as agricultural as we can. So
I guess Aiden is going to get up close and personal with those ducks, turkeys, and chickens, and so that'll be interesting coming up.
That will be great.
We'll be right back. We're here with Ed Zachary. We're right outside the Veterans area where they gather. And pretty nice vehicle here, Ed. You want to tell me about this?
So the van, the Medina County Veterans Service Office, we do transportation to Wade Park Hospital and the VA Medical Center in Parma, the VA Medical Center in Akron. So we got 4 vehicles. This is just one we brought out here to the van today, and we transport every day. We take folks down there for their appointments.
Yeah, my father-in-law was a veteran tanker for years and years, and we had he passed away. We had a at the cemetery there in Wadsworth and near Rittman, and they do a wonderful job.
Beautiful cemetery down
and
there.
they've bought more land there.
Oh, yeah,
they bought land to go ahead and accommodate.
Yeah, I think they got enough for another 100 years or so.
Yeah, it's really important to honor the veterans. They've given so much to us, and we'd have to do it more than just a couple days a year, don't we?
We do. Yeah, I think we're in a good place compared to where we were 40 years ago, as far as thanking our veterans and really realizing what they do for our country.
All right, what about in the pavilion here? What might we see in the pavilion?
So we got a lot going on today. Okay. Today's Veterans Day at the Medina County Fair. We've been doing this for years. We got some lunch coming at noon for veterans. I think it's Big Dog Daddy barbecue's coming out.
Okay.
They got the food. We got all the veterans organizations from the county, the American Legion, Disabled American Veterans, Veterans of Foreign Wars, Rolling Thunder, and then we got the Department of Veterans Affairs out here too, the big federal government, and they're doing claims for veterans, talking about health care, applications, and all the services that they provide.
It's really important that they keep up because things change. Every once in a while, you can't say that things stay the same because, we have legislation, things change, and veterans, they have benefits that they need to know about.
Right, yeah, so things do change. I always tell people what I tell you today may not be the truth 6 months from now.
Right.
So the recent PACT Act that passed a couple years ago, it's still evolving and changing even as we speak today. So the benefits that you might not be qualified for, you may be qualified for sometime in the future. So always call back and check and ask us what's relevant and what's not.
Sometimes we forget about all the branches, but the Coast Guard, I hear them on the TV all the time, rescuing people and making sure that they're warned when there's bad weather coming in. They're a vital branch, aren't they?
Yeah, so the Coast Guard is kind of like that forgotten branch of the military, who's on duty 24/7, even during peacetime. I mean, they're out there on the lakes and the oceans and everything else, rescuing folks that are in bad weather and things like that. So the Coast Guard, and then we got the newest branch too. Let's not forget the Space Force. So we got another new branch, so now we have 6 branches. But they all are a big part of this country, and when they come home, and they get off duty, they're still part of our community, and they have a lot to give back, and that's what I think we try to recognize here today.
They really do. They have a lot to give back, and we certainly want to recruit teachers and people in various specific carpenters and trades and all sorts of things. They have got a good background in all sorts of realms.
Right. Yeah. Even a young man or woman that gets out of the service that only did 4 years, the leadership skills that they bring to the table for employment is second to none to their counterparts sometimes. So they just learn things and they learn how to live a life that will help your business if you're looking to employ them.
I see the plane here. My wife and I saw Maverick 2 not too long ago, and boy, was that, you talk about technology and having to know your ins and outs. It really was an exciting movie, and the Air Force is really, we really use them so much in wars today.
Yeah, everybody, all the branches of service are second to none as far as technology goes. I think, the development that you see throughout the military, when those veterans come home, they're so much further ahead sometimes in knowing how to use different types of technology. So.
I walk my dog in the morning, Ed, and NPR had a story about the relationship with China and one of its neighboring countries that they want to get under their thumb. But America will really be there if needed. I mean, we're really always trying to help other countries out.
Yeah, I think, helping other countries out, and I don't want to get into politics or anything, but, when we start to talk about that, we are the big boys on the block. And when we talk about peace and freedom and democracy, people look to us to help them defend it. And it's just not helping them, it's also helping our country, because we don't want these countries to fall to some third world dictator or something like that. So it's important that we do reach out to other countries, and we are a partnership in that process of establishing democracies.
Although my father-in-law said that he really would hope that the diplomats and peace would really trump everything else.
I can't speak to that. I think it's important that we get out there and talk to people, and America helps settle those countries and form a democracy. And the ones that are established sometimes are threatened too, and we need to make sure we're at the table helping them.
No question about it. How about going inside, maybe in the pavilion?
Sure,
and
let me show you around a little bit.
Look around in there.
Yeah, all right.
We'll be right back.
All right.
Back here with Ed, and now we're in the pavilion, Ed.
Yes, we
and
are. A little cooler in here.
A little cooler in here, and a lot of various people here. And I always thought, I was principal of Black River, and I really enjoyed recruiters coming in. And it seemed like more ladies were getting interested in the armed forces. Is that a trend that's been happening for a while?
Probably the last 20 years or so.
Yeah.
Female recruitment has been way up as far as the armed forces. I couldn't tell you what the percentages are.
Right.
But yeah, our women serve right next to our men, and it's not like years ago either. They're in combat situations right up on the front lines with men. So it's not like years ago where they were a typist or a clerk. They're elbows to elbows with the guys.
Right. Can you tell us what some of these tables here are to your right?
So over here we have the American Legion, and then Rolling Thunder, which is a biker group that supports veterans.
Right.
We have the Vietnam Veterans of America, which is made up of our Vietnam veterans. Back here, the Disabled American Veterans. That is a group of veterans. It's a national organization which is made up of disabled veterans. Here we have the Paralyzed Veterans of America. They do a lot of like spinal cord injury type stuff. Advocate for things like that. They're here today to talk about the Olympics that they got going on for paralyzed veterans.
And we see a lot of those participants. There are a lot of people take advantage of that. No question about it.
We have a local gentleman here, Mr. Chad Wise, who's a local school teacher. He's doing interviews and writing a book on veterans from Medina County.
Wow.
So we got him. And then we have the Ohio Western Reserve ladies that's here from the cemetery down there in Rittman. And over there we have the big VA.
So a lot of support group, a lot of people supporting various aspects of the military, and how do the veterans respond to that?
Quite a few of them come out here, and pretty much what we tell them is if you want to come out and connect, whether you got a question about your benefits, whether you got a question about being involved in something, that this is a good place to do it today, because we have so many different groups out here that can help you one way or another. They can show you a path, whether you just want to socialize with people or whether you got questions for benefits. This is the place to get it. And if you can't come today, our office has a table in the community room all week, so we're there all week to answer any questions on veterans benefits.
So this is the big day for veterans.
This
is the big day,
Yep.
Opening day.
Yep.
And
you have to get in the fair.
Yeah.
Wow. So come on out.
Yeah.
And we do this every year.
Every year. So if they have something going on, they're on vacation, they see this show, or someone tells them, come next year.
There you go.
Come next year.
There you go. Yep. Next year. It's always the first day of the fair, Monday.
Right.
And typically it's from about 11 to 4 o'clock where we have events in here.
Ed, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out. Enjoy the fair.
Thank you. We're here with the final segment of the Medina County Fair. Pam, it's getting close to lunchtime. My tummy's getting a little hungry. Is there anything to eat here?
Can you smell that food?
Boy, I sure
my
can.
gosh.
It's really unbelievable.
It is. And we did a little, vendors did some food coupons this year.
Okay,
so
all right.
people go to our Facebook page. We have $1 off coupons from a couple vendors. We have one vendor bringing banana cream pie nachos.
Oh, my.
From the Florida area. So that's been a big hit. Plus gyros and Texas tenderloins and walking tacos. And I'm looking up at pizza and fried veggies.
French fries and donuts.
Lemonade, yes.
And
yeah.
Aiden already mentioned Lorincz Donuts. I tell you, we make get over there and get a dozen or two, you know?
Yes, you need to do that.
No
so,
question about
yes,
it. It
great
really,
food.
and people have a variety, and they will try something new here
They
at the
do.
fair.
I'm going to try some new
Okay,
ones that I
right.
haven't ever tried before.
How about that Florida group? What about the
banana cream pie nachos? That sounds pretty interesting
Yeah,
to me. So.
it really does. And we saw some Wadsworth people here. We saw Jim Dole and Larry Kaufman. People from all over come
Yep,
and support Brunswick, Medina, and certainly the Buckeye, Black River, and Cloverleaf districts. They have a lot of kids in the fair.
They do. Yes, it's a great county event. So.
Yeah, no question about it. Well, thanks for viewing Bruce on the Loose. I learned a little bit more about this. Is the second year in a row, Pam. We've been here,
Yes, yep.
and I learned something every time I've come here. Thanks for viewing, and we'll have some good shows coming up.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.